Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Fence Guy podcast on this lovely Taco Tuesday. So we got to make sure. Did you guys have tacos, Sean?
We had catfish over rice with fresh made gumbo. So no tacos. We had tacos last night.
Lordy, that sounds fancy.
It was good. My brother is a badass chef, and he brought over the food trailer today
Okay.
for everybody. So we treated everybody to a good catfish fillet dinner over rice with gumbo.
Nice. Well, for those of you that don't know, we're here with Sean King, Mr. Fence Academy, iDrive Power System. I mean, it just keeps going on, man.
I know, right? What's next?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's quite the journey
Mhm.
for right now. We're having fun with it as we're continuing to work through this.
So obviously, if and I'm going to let everybody know, if you guys can hear, occasionally you'll have somebody in the background that you guys can hear, and it's because he is dropping. What are you doing? Like a fence week or something there in Evansville? Is that
we're having a fence week right now in Evansville. It's we're running the fence week 10 or 11. I lost track. 10 or 11 months this year. So in the years past, fence week was 1 week out of the year, 5 days of training. We did November. It kind of aligned with AFA's training. So this year we kicked it off, and so let's just do it every month. So we are in the first February training. I was nervous about it because I thought it's cold weather. Well, hell, it was 17 degrees on Monday.
Yeah.
And who would show up for that? And I've been on, we have 17 to 20 guys here. So there it is. These guys are from Louisiana and Arkansas, parts of the country where they're not used to the cold. Not everybody, but some of these guys aren't used to this cold, and they are just no complaining at all. They're loving it. They're getting it done.
Well, let me just drop this disclaimer real quick. So, fun fact for everybody: yesterday, I get a text message from Sean. It was probably like 7:30 or so, and it's like, "Dude, I'm trying to hurry up. I'm gonna be there in just a second. I'm coming right in on time. It's coming in hot." And I go, it's Monday, right?
Yeah.
And he was like,
about that.
Yeah. So luckily, no speeding tickets or anything like that.
We were about an hour away on a job site, and kind of dawned on me. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I got a podcast tonight," and even like tonight. So if you hear the guys downstairs, there's 17 of them down there in the basement. We fed them all tonight. They're hanging out, watching the Fence Guy podcast on the big screen downstairs.
Nice. Now, I guess we'll get right into it on some of these questions that I have for you. And then, guys, if you guys are in the comments and you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're open books. So first thing I'm going to ask you is, obviously, Sean King doesn't move quietly. You move boldly. And with that being said, do you think that it's more of your personality or is it more strategy?
It is 100% the personality. So if you think I'm sitting back and forecasting or strategizing or planning these next moves, they just happen. By the grace of God, these things are happening. I really don't have much in forecast on far as strategy goes. I have a calendar that is full. I wouldn't call that a strategy. Those are events. Let's do this. But there's not like an over hierarchy of like, oh, I need to get this message out there. Act this way, say these things. Like that's, maybe I could do better, but there's no strategy. Maybe I need a strategist. So if you're looking for a job and you want to help me out and be a strategist for Sean King world, buckle up, Buttercup, because it's going to be a hot mess.
It is covered.
It is a personality. I think I wouldn't use the word thrive, but I like to drive in chaos. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's taxing, and I think, what have I done? But oftentimes I feel most comfortable when there's just all kinds of stuff going on, and my mind can relate to, bounce around from different things going on, whether it be a Mr. Fence related thing or a tool or a new design or innovation or iDrive Power Systems, or just answering a phone call for some guy that because he's asking some off the ball question, like this relates to none of that. And they're like, "Oh, call Sean."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Sure, let's think through that."
Yeah. So speaking of drives, so obviously you have iDrive systems, all those different things, and you're always preaching drive, drive, drive. But what drives you more? Is it proving people wrong, or are you proving yourself right?
Another good question. I'm going to own this one. I'm going to be brutally honest here.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I spend too much time trying to prove other people wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in the fence business solely from originally because I was set on a mission to prove somebody wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in the fence business because somebody said, you can't run a fence business. And I said, hold my beer. And here I am. Okay. And that was for the wrong reason. Who knows what I would be doing outside of fence. But even today, I have to work hard on realizing if it's a pushback or somebody says you can't do something. So what? Just keep working through and do what you can do. And sometimes there's a lot of negative energy can be spent, wasted, trying to prove somebody wrong. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes I am trying to prove myself right and double check, but majority of the time, unfortunately, it's proving somebody wrong.
Yeah. Which is
not good.
Yeah. It's not
you
good.
You can do better.
and I will say, you're one of those guys in the industry that, like, for whatever reason, people just love to hate you sometimes. And I know that,
relationship.
Yeah. And now you do have, your following that absolutely loves you, and then you have a following that absolutely hates you. I feel like there's nobody really in between. It's like
occasionally I run into somebody who doesn't know who I am, and I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Fresh. Let's have an honest conversation. Yeah. There's no bias.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Some absolutely love me to death, and you can't tell them that I did anything wrong. And then there's others that are just defiant because they just have the wrong impression.
Yeah.
So it's really a misunderstanding 100% of the time. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, and so obviously, Sean King, Mr. Fence, has built a name that people recognize instantly. And you've done that over the years. So was that intentional from day one, or did it just evolve that way?
Are we talking about Sean King or Mr. Fence? Right. I think the Mr. Fence is probably more recognizable.
Yeah,
than
we'll
Sean
say
King.
Mr. Fence. Yeah.
Sean King is definitely getting recognition, but I think more people understand the brand.
Yeah.
And there's more of a story with the brand. It was proving somebody wrong in the beginning when I was told I couldn't run a fence business. And the name of the business had nothing to do with fence. Mm-hmm. And I had a license plate on my truck that said Mr. Fence. So I set out to prove that Mr. Fence, home of Mr. Fence, was the original fence company name. I set out to prove that meant something. And accidentally, that name became recognizable, not intentionally. Like, I wasn't trying to prove everybody in the fence industry to pay attention to Mr. Fence. But along the way, I have learned to be very bold, like you said earlier, and get attention. There's a lot of value can come from that. As my dad would tell me, less is more. Stop being so loud and bold. But I wouldn't be where I am today if I was quiet as a mouse and sitting in my corner, minding my own business, like a lot of very intelligent, experienced fence builders do.
Yeah.
It's not helping everybody by doing that.
Yeah. Well, I agree. And I'm going to come back to that because I got to follow up for that. But first, wanted to say hey to a couple of people. We have Amanda with Contractor Accelerator saying, hey, guys, happy Tuesday. So happy Taco Tuesday to you, Amanda. And then we have Karen with Easy Louver saying happy Tuesday, y'all.
Karen? Yep.
DJ Robert Evers in the house saying
RTJ. RDJ.
Yes, I can. You can do it. LOL.
How do I see the comments? I only see private chat.
Can you not see them down here at the bottom?
I see private chat and recording.
Well,
that's it. Interesting.
Here, let me see. Can you see it now?
Yeah, kind of. Yep. It's overlaid.
It's kind of small.
Yeah, but I can see it.
Yeah. So Rowdy had asked a question at the beginning. You can't really see it up there. What do you all have planned for fence games and demo days? We'll get to that here shortly. And then any tips on dealing with auger dirt? What's it say? Spoils on huge commercial sites.
Hard to get.
You go fresh sod without damage.
That's an easy one, brother.
iDrive power system.
Stop digging holes. No dirt.
Yeah. So I guess now I don't really need to bring them up because we can see them down here. If they get too much and then we get past, I'll go back and see it. But see Keller there, River City Fence, shout out to them. Sam Fence Games. So a little bit ago, before we got started talking about all that, we were talking about obviously how you evolved to Mr. Fence. And I'm sure you've dealt with this numerous of times, but how often, I guess we'll say, has your confidence been misunderstood as ego, and how do you separate the two?
Mm. How often? I'd say very often.
Yeah.
Primarily through video. I think people take it as a lot of ego in the videos, but in person, I don't think that hardly ever happens in person.
Yeah.
We have a lot of trainings. We have worked with thousands of people face to face on job sites all over the country. And I've never really found anyone to feel like I was egotistical in person. I think it's what videos do, right?
Yeah.
It's hard to have context there. If you have a conversation with somebody, that's just hasn't been the case. And I'm okay with that. I've learned to be okay with the fact that there's going to be a misunderstanding of video. Does it mean I don't do videos? No, because there's tons of people every day that send me messages or I interact with in person that tell me that the videos have literally changed the game for them, either started it from scratch or helped them grow. And so that trumps those that misunderstand.
Yeah, I agree.
Bottom
Which I did just see. Did I see Chris Hearn down there? Let's give him a shout out, special shout out, because today is his birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Chris.
Yes. Yeah. Young man.
And Kevin Orlando.
Yes.
Orlando Hinge Company is in the house.
Big supporter of us as well. He just supports the retreat fence games.
Yep. So now, with all that being said, with your personality that you have, being bold and everything, what part of your personality actually makes business harder?
What makes it harder? Well, by having to explain myself or defend myself or justify and spend energy on that, that makes it harder to do what I really want to do. Just like what Tony Thornton said right there, always helping the industry and making things happen. If I could just focus more time on that and less distractions, I would do it. I don't have all the right answers yet. I'm still being taught this daily by the good Lord upstairs. So I'm not there yet. But the more time I can spend practicing, vetting, testing, innovating, I think we all win from that. Somebody asked me today, we were driving in a truck, and he's like, how often during the day do you think about fence? Like, I said, it's an obsession. It's insane. Like last night I laid in bed, tossing and turning all night, innovating a simple little process, how to make it more repeatable and easier for guys to duplicate over and over and over. And so it's just like, I don't know how to turn it off. And for some of us, that's great because innovation comes through that, right? Constant innovation. For some of us, it's frustrating because we are willing to be wrong today to be a little bit more right tomorrow. What does that mean? That means what I might have been talking about 2 weeks ago or 2 years ago, I'm now saying, wait, there's more. What if we did this way instead? Right? And it's because I'm okay with learning and growing, but that becomes a challenge. And your question is, does that hold me back to a certain extent? Is it taxing? Is it tiring? Fighting that pushback? Yes. But I am getting much, much better. If you watch my interactions on social media, you're going to find people will tag me and stuff just to see if they get a rile out of me. Crickets. I don't even say that's cute anymore. When you see no response from me, it should tell you that it's not even worth talking about.
Yeah. Which you pretty much just answered my next question that I had for you, because I was gonna ask you, like, when people are criticizing you, because you are probably one of the more criticized people in our industry. When they do criticize you, like, does it fuel you or does it get under your skin more than you like to admit? But it sounds like you've transitioned to where you are now?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a battle, brother. I'm telling you what, sometimes it will get under my skin and I got to take a couple of deep breaths and just let it be.
Yeah.
My loving wife is very protective.
Yeah.
So when she sees it, I have to try to bring her off the cliff because she wants to just like eat people, right?
Yeah.
Learning to put our energy in the right place, not be negative with that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a challenge. I feel like I'm getting a lot better with it. If you were to look at the amount of times I spent arguing and commenting last year compared to this year,
Yeah.
there's a few very, very, very close friends of mine at a fireside chat last year that asked me. It was a challenge, and we were being humble, we were being vulnerable, we were sharing. And one of my challenges, what you brought up, was fighting with people or criticism, accepting it or arguing or defending it. And in that group, they asked me to do something this year, and I have held to it, and that is to do less of that. And if they see it, for those of you guys that have seen this, if you see me engaging and fighting, whether it be criticism or arguing with somebody or trying to defend something, they'll post, say hi to Heather. That's all they're going to post. And so this close group of friends, they're all on deck. If you see a comment where I'm going to war with somebody and then you see somebody say hi to Heather, you won't see another comment from me. It's over. It's over. Because I made a pact that day that they're going to help me control my energy in the right direction. Yeah. And the reality of it is what they're saying is stop and just go sit with your wife. Stop trying to get these guys. If they want to be stubborn about something, let them. Just let them. Go sit on the couch with your wife. Because I will literally get up and walk away and argue with somebody for 2 hours. Just as analytical as I possibly can, articulate myself as professionally as I possibly can. And for what? So if you see the comments that say hi to Heather, the hidden message is shut the F up and go sit on the couch with your wife and let this lie. True story. So I'm getting better. This year's been a whole lot better. I would suspect it's only going to get better from here.
Now, obviously, you've transitioned a lot, what it sounds like, personally in yourself. I believe I seen too, not too long ago, you were baptized. So I seen that. And
wow.
I thought that was awesome. Yeah.
The amount of positive feedback that I got from that. I did that unplanned, unknowing. That was the good Lord's mission. I've always had a relationship with God, but I've never been baptized, and I've never been in that position where being, believing it's one thing, living it's totally different. But that event that it happened at, this is very unique. Like I had, for some reason, felt like I should drive 10 hours to a roofing convention to be there. My wife's like, "What? You're so busy. Why are you driving 10 hours to go spend 3 days at a roof convention?" I don't know. I just feel like I should be there. So I drove to Oklahoma City. I knew Hunter, and that was it. And I was a fly on the wall. I went to the classes. I learned a bunch that in the roofing industry, they're fighting some of the same battles we are. They're actually, in a lot of retrospects, ahead of us. Their technology, they're ahead of us. Some of their sales techniques, way ahead of us. There's a lot to learn there, right? So I was kind of like, wow. But the last class, the last seminar, the last speaker of the last day, 3 days in, I figured out why I was there. I literally sat in an audience in the last row, listening to this guy, Clayton King, talk. And next thing I know, 224 of us are standing up and moved in our heart to be baptized. They thought they were going to have half a dozen. They had shirts, towels, shorts for a few people. And when a 224 stood up, they're like, "Okay, hold on. We are not prepared for this, but the good Lord is coming in here tonight. We have church tonight." And we got baptized in what we were wearing. And it was like 15 degrees outside. So to leave the conference center soaking wet to go to your hotel, that's just full commitment. It was great. So I'm on that journey right now. I'm learning daily, listening, learning, and talking to others. I've literally got my Bible on my desk, my little baby Jesus right here. It's crazy how your life starts to change with that, right? But it's an awesome journey, and I feel like it could be a great conduit to help others. How about that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the conduit.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I seen that, and obviously life's busy, so I haven't had a chance to really talk to you offline about it or anything, but I thought it was really cool to see that and see you share it on social media. I seen it somewhere. I can't remember where I seen it, but
CBS News had me on their front page of their social media. 8 million
really?
people saw my picture getting baptized.
Really?
I was getting phone calls from people that I didn't even know.
Yeah.
So
Hey, at least you didn't have to worry about having a bad hair day, huh?
it was not that. As a matter of fact, I was wearing this shirt,
Oh, really?
this exact shirt. Kind of, that's how ironic that is. Wow.
Well,
He's
what's
got-
crazy is that
got
you had
planned.
no reason to be there. You go there, you're wearing a shirt that says change, you get baptized. It's all crazy how it all worked.
It's not crazy, really. It's all
Yeah.
planned out.
It's like,
Right?
Yeah.
You're talking about my strategist. My strategist is upstairs. He
yeah,
already has all this planned out. He has a strategy.
yeah,
But I was sitting in that last row, and Clayton King was talking, and 106 people raised their hand, and I wasn't one of them. But I looked my head down like this, and I looked at my shirt and said, "Change." I mean, I literally looked at my shirt and said, "What am I doing?"
yeah.
So,
That's crazy.
and here we are today. I did not put this shirt on for that reason. I just
Yeah.
happened to grab
Yeah.
one out of the closet.
Yeah,
Thank
that
you,
wasn't discussed. But which speaking of that, what are we? We're about 20 minutes in or so. So we'll go ahead and get into our 5 rapid fire off the wall questions brought to you guys by Z&D Tent Fence Solutions. So no overthinking. All right. Just first
I can't
answer.
Imagine. Oh my god.
All right. If fences could talk, what would they complain about the most?
Why are you falling over?
Okay.
I mean, look at it. It's horrible. Why are you coming out of the ground all over the country? It's like,
Yeah.
why are you letting me fall over? Why am I heaving out of the ground?
Yeah.
That's what they're talking about. Like, we can do better.
All right. If you were locked in a Lowe's, Home Depot, something like that overnight, what aisle are you sleeping in?
The tool aisle. I can't
All right.
justify why I said that, but the tool aisle, it sounds most interesting to me. There's nothing comfortable there. Like
Yeah.
you would think a person thinking through that would say, in the lawn furniture, so there's
Yeah.
a place to lay down. But no,
Yeah. See, I was thinking rugs, but yeah, lawn furniture would probably be much
I'm
smarter.
thinking like, how can I make these tools interact and
Yeah.
invent something?
Like,
that
what
does
can we
something?
do while we're
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. If Mr. Fence was a WWE wrestler, what is his walkout song?
I'll say his name is Fence Maniac. His walkout
Okay.
song? I don't even
Yeah.
know music that well to even give you a name, brother.
Really? You don't have like a go-to song that gets you hyped or anything?
If I heard, I'm like, oh, that's a good one. No, the one thing about Sean King is I like to listen to music.
Yeah.
I don't study music at all. I can't even. It's horrible. I can't tell you artists' names and who sings what. Yeah, there's no brain space for that up here. It's used for fence post and other things. Like,
That's
there's just
awesome.
no musician mind.
All right. Well, so you'll just come out to a
It'd be-
completely silence.
It would be an upbeat song, and I can't name one for you right now. Not at all. There's
All
no way.
All right. You guys in the chat, if you guys have a good walkout song, feel free to drop it. Maybe it'll pop up in his mind. Oh yeah, I like that one. What's more stressful, a bad install or a bad haircut you can't fix?
Bad install. I mean, I don't have bad haircuts. Look at this.
Yeah.
Come on.
Looks.
And that's, I mean, the good Lord took all my hair away, so I don't have
Do
any
you
left.
use a straight razor or are you more of like a zzz?
So I'm very particular. I use a 5-blade Gillette what do you call that? Vibration, or
Oh yeah. Yeah.
takes a battery. It's like, bzzz, but it's a razor.
Yeah.
And I can't use anything else. It's crazy. My wife uses all these other razors, and I'll say, "Where's my razor?" She said, "Well, there's one right there." I can't. No,
Yeah.
I
can't
gotta
use
have
that.
my Profusion blade power.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But I do have one of the battery powered ones, touch up. But
Yeah.
no, I shave with a razor in the shower. I love a straight blade. As
Yeah.
long as I trust the guy doing it. I've been to a few places where it's a little sketchy. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is how Sean King goes. He went out with a straight blade razor, getting to the shade.
You're like, have you seen any of my YouTube videos before? Just check them first before you take that straight blade.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question of our 5 rapid fire questions brought to you guys by Z&D Tent Fence Solutions. If you had to teach a masterclass on one non-fence topic tomorrow, what are you teaching?
I mean, masterclass?
Yeah. We'll make it easier. We'll just say a class. We'll say that.
CrossFit. Like I spent so many years instructing CrossFit, 8 years, level 2 instructor. I could probably do that right now and instruct how to power clean or burpee or air squat or move your hips or pop your, like, that's probably what I could do.
Yeah.
That or de-escalation. I've done a lot of de-escalation tactics.
Yeah. Back in law enforcement days.
Well, still in now.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you still doing something with law enforcement now?
Yeah.
Really? What are you, like a reserve now?
So yeah, still L1,
Okay.
full law force powers reserve, which means I don't get paid.
Yeah.
It's 100% volunteer. However, I have to do 100% of all the training that all of the other guys have to do. So I'm very involved with the training. Got training next week. So I love the training because it keeps my skills up, whether it be firearms training, de-escalation, physical tactics. The other day, I was being trained on how to drive the Bearcat. That was pretty cool shit, right? Sit outside the turret and drive those. I was like, wow. We had to do Evo control or Evo driving with a Tesla. We have a Tesla sheriff's car, and
Oh, nice.
dude, that's a game changer over the Crown Vics. Oh,
I heard that them things get up and go.
oh man, it's like what?
Yeah.
This is cheating. Yeah, so
That's hilarious.
most of it's really fun. We had some bomb training recently, and I thought that was pretty interesting. So it's just cool stuff to be involved with.
Dang, is that how long it's been since you were on the street? Was Crown Vic days?
Actually, I had a Taurus, but I started on Crown Vic, so I did get upgraded to a Taurus. But yeah, I've been off the road since 19.
Like, dang, you're showing your age a little bit there, man.
I started a Crown Vic. That's my baby. I was at the polishing headlights. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great.
Let me get back to a couple of these comments because we had some good ones come through. Tony Thornton said, God is good always and all the time. Congratulations on your decision and God bless. Then we had Steven says Back in Black as a song.
Probably not. Probably not.
No.
Not it.
Hey, Front Rock Fences is in the house, says what's going on, Craig and Sean.
There he goes.
Need to reach out to him. I haven't talked to him in forever.
Me neither.
Hey, Kevin Orlando says no argument on the 5-blade.
Bro, 4 doesn't do it. The 5 is the magic. It's Profusion. Plug Gillette.
Cliff with Stain Track says, love your testimony, my man.
Thank you.
And then we said, Chris Hearn says Chief Kingdom.
Don't know if that's a song or what we're saying, brother.
If that's like the WWE guy, or I'm not sure. And then Keller says what Will Smith said to Chris Rock. Oh, 5 fingers slap. Is that what we're talking about here?
I'm out.
I'm not sure.
I got fence on the mind.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll get back into some of the questions here. Oh, Tristan says hello.
What's up, buddy? Midwest Fence.
Yep. So what is one risk that you took that could have gone very bad?
So most people don't know this, but in my journey transitioning from dig and set to driven, to prove that right or wrong, I took a huge risk. For about a year, we didn't tell any of our customers we were driving post. So for about a year, we went from digging, setting 4x4s in the ground or setting vinyl posts in the ground with concrete. I just made the switch, even though contracts said dig and set, 30 inches of concrete generically, right? We just pounded. I took the risk that if there wasn't any problems, I'm going to have to own all that. Like that's going to fix it, whatever it is. We're going all in. And about a year into it, I realized that no one said anything. We're building a better fence, and no homeowner was like, wait, no concrete? Because we just did it. And then the results were there. Like we were working our way through the process. How do we make this mainstream? How do we make this productive? How do we get through the hurdles of these pieces? How we perfect this? And the writing was on the wall. Then we switched it to we no longer dig and set. Actually, for the first year, I think it was we give you a warranty if we drive, no warranty if we dig and set.
Really?
The homeowner can choose. And the stubborn ones were like, what? If you want concrete, no warranty. If you want a lifetime warranty, I'll drive it. And then the next, and now we don't even offer. It's just it is what it is. We will not. do the job if they are wanting to be dug and set. So,
So here's my question. Whenever you were in that year or so of doing it, how many times did the customer call and go, what the heck is going, like, these guys are banging, they're super loud out here. Like, what is going, that
none that I can remember.
Really?
The fence community, us, me, you, we have these things in our mind that we think are going to happen, right? Like,
yeah,
no. Or maybe one person might have called you one time and they're like, oh man, everyone's complaining. What? No, like one person maybe give you pushback. No, I can't remember nothing sticks out that anyone even acknowledged the fact that the yards were crystal clean. The fact that the job was done in a day. Like, now in that first year, we did have some huge learning curves. Like, I made some big mistakes there where I wasn't all in. So I wasn't going to buy Schedule 40 post.
Yeah.
Wasn't spending the money. I didn't understand the ROI on it. So I bought 095. Well, it wasn't very long for it. We had some damage where the homeowner complained the fence was leaning and we had to go back and fix the fence. They didn't know why it was leaning. I know why. We used 095 and it bent. So we went to 20 weight and that worked until we had some wind storms and then that failed. And we were having problems with that mushrooming and sticking inside drivers and getting stuck and having to disassemble the rhinos to get the damn post out of it. And that's when I finally moved to Schedule 40. But that might have been 2 years in before I bit the bullet and said, I'm done with these problems and haven't looked back since. So there were some huge mistakes I made and some big risk I took in that first year or two that now I'm just trying to help people from making the same silly mistakes. That's, trust me, I'll give you the shortcut. Let me just tell you how it went for me.
Now, obviously we keep talking about you doing bold things, and stuff. So have you ever been in a room where you've toned down a little bit, or do you refuse to shrink?
I'm not real sure with that. I don't know.
I feel like no. I feel like you're probably always the same, no matter what room it is.
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah. I couldn't see your personality. I don't feel like you'd be like, you're not the type of guy. Maybe you are. Maybe I'm reading you wrong, but I feel like you're not the type of guy that's going to keep his mouth shut if somebody's saying the wrong thing. And I feel like you're.
I think that I wouldn't be obnoxious with it. I think I can be the guy that's a little silent and have that conversation. I'm getting better at that rather than be obnoxious in the room. But yeah, there's enough. If I'm confident about what I'm talking about, I think I'll speak up. How about that?
Yeah. We do have a question here from Johnny D. Says, have either of you seen the Hallbot? Yeah, at FenceTech this year. Is that the thing that was carrying? I think I've seen it when it was leaving. It was carrying the whole entire booth.
It's in my driveway, and they're downstairs in the basement right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I did a video on it today. I'll do more videos. Really? It's coming soon. It's a great machine for hauling material around. Our goal is to take that machine and make it kind of fill a niche in the driving market where you have the hand drivers and then you got fence wrecks. So you're looking at $7,000 to $70,000.
Yeah.
So my goal is, can we get in that $30,000 range with remote control that carries all the materials, has a boom that holds your driver, has a compressor and all your everything on it. And you drive down the line and it just has a pulley weight balancer on it, pound the posts and let it. So nobody's picking up and down the driver off the ground. You can hold a heavier driver. You can drive it in the backyard, remote control on tracks. So today we were hauling all the pickets off the trailer into the backyard. So stay tuned. We have one on the way for us to Mr. Fencenize it. Yeah. Okay. So you have the Hallbot, which is made to load material and haul it in the backyard. But we're going to take that version and add more to it. It'll have equalizers, your straight equalizers, your tape measures, and your pins and your hammers all on it. One thing we noticed today was like, can we just get all the tools on it? We just drive it into the backyard, and we're not making any trips to the truck. All the fasteners, all the drills, everything's on it. Just it's a mobile workstation, drives down the line. So it's funny they asked that. It's coming soon.
You know what's scary right now?
What?
Remember I told you some things are going to pop in my mind. What's scary is I've been told over and over and over again that AI will not be building fence. And
Yes,
it
sir.
sounds like you're trying to get
Yes.
as close to that as you can.
We, my boys and I are on all over it on having the first robot to build fence. We're not playing it. Like it's going to happen by making the fence as simple of a process as we have tried to dial in. We'll be able to make robots build fence. Like it's going to happen. It's how it happened. We got self-driving cars. That was crazy 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. And now we got self-driving taxis. So you think we're not going to have robots building fence? Yes, we will.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy, which I did want to give a shout out. I seen Matt Warner in here. Give a shout out to him and his team, My Salesman. He gave his, woo.
I saw it.
I don't want to scream it too loud, but yeah,
Yes.
which we dropped a video today. Well, it'll be released, I think, tomorrow for My Salesman. Guys, go check that out. Great thing to use in your program or in your systems.
It's on our website.
Stephen Moore says we spent a lot of money trying to perfect and streamline driving post. Jordan Hunt says, say hello to Heather for us.
There's one of them.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
And then I can't, it says King Dennison, maybe. Been in the industry for 10 years. Love it, guys. Then says, what's up, fence guy? Recently saw King Plus system and was going to give it a whirl this weekend.
You won't look back.
Yeah. And then Tyler's in the house saying, robots, let's go.
The fence company is probably going to be the first one to deploy robots. It's happening.
And then Shane Catton just stopped in and said, Hoosiers. And he means because we're both in Indiana, not IU Hoosiers. Nobody cares about them. It's all Purdue. So,
okay.
But where were we? Oh, yeah. So let's get to the next question, I guess. You had me thrown off with the whole AI stuff, building fence. I was like, man, this is getting crazy these days. Like this, all the different technology and stuff. And then, yeah, it's insane.
I'm driving material from the truck to the backyard today with remote control, just walking. All the fences go in the backyard. Like, I bet your back was like, this is awesome. I didn't know what to think. I'm like, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah. I know when I seen that thing taking out their whole entire booth and like the guy's walking next to it just with the remote and he's like, I was like, dude, that's pretty cool. Like that is cool. Which Frank Wells says, I love my Mr. Fence tools.
Thank you, Frank.
Go. Says that bot is going to be a game changer.
Yep. Yeah, they're actually working on HasBot right now. So they got HaulBot and then HasBots for the fire departments. They can load the hazardous material on it, drive it in the hot zone. They can do what they got to do and drive it back out without a guy moving the material himself. Like that HaulBot is going to go places. Then we got the HasBot. Yeah. Who knows what's next? We're looking at making it scissor up and down. Rex and I have talked about if we can make it scissor lift, we would think about trying to get to the truck height of a flat deck truck and then have pallets on rollers that have material. We just roll that onto the HaulBot, haul it in the backyard, deploy it, go back, get the next one, boom, boom, boom. So we can get all the post rails, pickets, everything in the backyard without touching anything. Just roll the whole unit on like a gurney.
Because is it a track system or is it wheels?
Track.
Right.
Oh, it's very stable. I ran up and down curbs on even ground thinking it would be tipsy. They did a really good job with that. It's very stable. Doesn't leave. It only weighs 2,000 pounds. I think it hauls quite a bit. I don't know if it's 1,000 or 2,000 pounds, but it didn't flinch today.
Yeah. Well, so again, to go back to all the different things that you try and do, the different things in our industry, when it comes to Mr. Fence, the fence company, for the guys that work for you, what is it like for them with all the different things that you push in the industry, like the new inventions and stuff? Is it pretty crazy around there? I mean, I assume you're constantly teaching and stuff. And
nope, my poor guys get the worst of me.
Yeah, why is that?
Because I spend all my time helping everybody else, and I spend hardly no time. If you look at the hours I spend at Mr. Fence a week, it might be 1 or 2.
Really?
Yeah, there's no exaggeration. I might go 2 weeks without ever stepping foot in that place or talking to anybody. And the problem with that is I spent all this time helping people all over the country for nothing. And I'll show up sometime with my team, like, what are you guys doing? Why are you not using 2 7/8 posts in your hinge posts right now? Why is it 2 3/8? And they're like, well, this is what you taught us. Yeah, but haven't you watched me? I've been telling everybody, and they're not watching me on the fence groups. They're not there with me as I'm training and innovating on the fly. I'll figure something out at a training in front of everybody, like, oh, that's the next best way to do it. Boom. And tell everybody but my team. And so I am doing better at including my team in all of the trainings local. So like the Fence Week now, my team, one of my teams have been there every day. And I will continue this. Part of doing Fence Weeks in Evansville, rather than me traveling and doing them everywhere else, is I'm now bringing my team to the training. So they're getting the most current variations of how we build fence. I'm constantly changing. Do this one piece like today. My team was out there, and before we put the Uni 5s or before you put the donuts on the post, we now cut all the rails. That is, there's nobody I know of in the industry doing that. And they're like, why are we doing this? Well, because everyone right now is putting the donut or the Uni 5 over the steel post, attaching those, and then getting the rails and packing them out. It may not seem like a big deal, but when you go to trace the rail, where to cut it, inside the steel post, you fight those brackets. They're either in your way, you fall off the side of them, bump in the wrong spot. If we just don't have them in the way, we can mark and cut the rails faster. So a little thing like that might only save us a few minutes, but every single day it also saves a mistake. So my team saw that today. Is like, what? I said, guys, I figured this out today. Today's the first day. Okay, we're doing it this way. So we're constantly looking at every movement, every step, and saying, how can you reduce the risk of that being messed up? How can we make that piece less stressful? How can we improve the strength or the speed of that? All those pieces. So my team gets the worst of it. I'm doing a better job of trying to help them out by bringing them to the trainings, but no, I don't. They don't even get some of the best tools. Like some of these things I invent are on my trailer. They don't even have them. Like the battery driver. Nobody had the Titan. So recently I tell Al, like, will you send every one of our guys the battery Titan? This is the greatest thing since sliced bread. How come we aren't using it? Well, you didn't tell me to send them one. Clear. That's on me.
Yeah.
So I spend too much of my time in the tool side, the academy side, and the coaching side. I don't much. And now with the fence company, it's even harder to find the time at Mr. Fence.
So speaking of like the business side of things though, what's one trait that you had to develop to grow, not as, content and stuff, but as a businessman?
Communication. I struggle hard with that right now. It's just tough. But I think the number one trait that you could work on the most is not being thrifty or financial savvy, or if you can learn how to communicate with people, that helps everything. Like how to get the right message across and get your team, stop managing and start leading, rather than telling them what to do, like give them the overall vision and let them figure out how to do it. That's hard for me because in the past I've always said, do X, Y, Z like this. Yeah. And then they are stuck at doing X, Y, Z like this. Rather than saying, could you imagine if we had the output capacity like this and it only took this much effort? Yeah, cool. I can imagine that too. Can you figure out how we can get there? And then let it ride, right? Like just paint the end goal picture. I got to do I got to work on this because I'll figure it out for them. But the problem is that now we're limited to my capacity. And that's not great. Like, let's let these guys, I got so many things I'm working on and thinking about. If I'm the best we have, that's a problem. So let's look at the end goal and say, can you put your thought and your resources and your time and talent to get us to that end goal? And I bet you can do it better than me. But setting what the vision looks like or what the goal looks like is the most important part. Communication is the thing I struggle with the most that I need to work on. And I think if anyone were to focus on something, become a better communicator.
How long has Mr. Fence been around?
So Mr. Fence started in 2001.
So 25 years?
Yeah.
How long did it take it to build to where you didn't have to be there?
Well, let's quantify that. It's not that I don't have to be there. It's that I'm too busy to be there. So
Yeah.
let's not get this mixed up. Let's not think that Mr. Fence is so successful and so powerful and got it all figured out that, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I should be there more. If I was, we would be more successful. Do you guys hear me saying that? So we have a long ways to go. Mr. Fence could definitely thrive way more than it is if I would spend more time there. If I spent more time at Mr. Fence, it'd be fantastic. But something would have to give. So the innovations and the tools in the academy and the Gates kits and the iDrive and the Instagates, none of that would be happening. And I look at it as selfish. If I focused all my time and effort for my fence business, it would be more successful. But I look at the bigger picture here. I thrive off the fact that these innovations and these times that I'm putting in are helping hundreds of fence companies.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And at the sacrifice of mine, of Mr. Fence. So how long did it take me to get to a point? I think I'm not at that point. I should be there, but I just chose to let it run. And they do it on their own. We have the sales team, we have the office, and we have the production crew, and then we have the installers all in-house. And they do a fantastic job together as a team. If I get involved, sometimes I make it messy. Sometimes I'm better off just not being in there. Let it run, right?
Yeah.
But it was probably, so it's 2026. I would say 2022 or so is when I really started stepping back and being okay with not being at the office, thinking I didn't need to unlock the door. I don't need to be there at a Wednesday meeting. The company has a meeting every Wednesday, and I'm rarely at those anymore. Right. So.
Well, let's get back to a couple of these comments real quick, because we did have someone from YouTube said, you mean I got the wrong post for this project, LOL. So I'm assuming that's back when you were talking about what post to drive.
095 or Schedule 20. Schedule 20 works when it does, but it doesn't always work. 095, I haven't found that to be a successful option. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. Steven said, my team likes to say, we've never done it that way.
We might tomorrow.
Yeah. Matthew Munson says, what's up, fellas? Hope everyone is having a blessed day. Have you met Matt before?
Maybe not. What was the last name?
Munson. Matt, he's out of Illinois. Yeah, Illinois.
Sounds. Oh, wait. No. Justin Munson. I don't know about Matt.
It's Map. Isn't that the name? Map. I'm pretty sure it's called Map. If you don't know him, you got to meet him. He's a good dude, man, and everything is so positive with him. He's a good dude for our industry. Definitely.
That's awesome.
Keller says pounded 200-ish posts last week with only 2 posts a bit out of whack and are with a Bulldog air pounder, 10'6" post and 6'4", 4 foot high. Okay. I gotta get some kind of glasses, man. Some of these I'm like trying to get around this.
I can't read all these. It only shows me, like the only one I can see is Brandon's.
Oh yeah.
And Jason's, that's it.
Okay. Well, Steven says, sometimes I have something in my head, but explaining and communicating it is my biggest struggle.
True.
Yeah. That's definitely a struggle. Jorge says, what's up, guys?
What's up, Jorge?
Jordan Hunt says, there's enough content out there from Sean King. Oh, here we go. There's enough content out there from Sean King that I'm sure AI can gather all of it and have a virtual Sean King answer bot, because everything you have done or invented or implemented, it's free and out there to the public. We just need Sean King AI chatbot to answer questions the way you would.
Well, how do I say this? 2 days ago, a good friend of mine called me and said he was able to use this new, it was only released 2 weeks ago, some sort of AI. It was just released. He gave it a set of commands. He had it watch all my YouTube videos, go into all Academy content, all of our slideshows, all of our written content, and it literally created an entire educational forum of everything that we've ever put out there. and it graded us and told us where we need to add some content and where we were weak in content, we were strong like content in the content itself, not like literally like videos, but the message. So it's like what Jordan just said, Roger just did. All right. And it's just creepy because he's like, hey, there's no way I can do that. He's like, hey, I got, and he's putting that into the answer bot for the phone system for our company, so that the answer bot is now answering all those with using all that information. That's what it's used to answer the customer's questions. It's crazy.
Yeah. Which they always say every good idea is stolen. So Jordan, it was a great idea, but it's already taken, man.
Sorry, taken. Go talk to Roger. He's on it.
Yeah. So Brandon says, Craig, call me back, bro. Maybe we can get Sean King involved in this charity project. So we got a project. Well, Brandon brought it to my attention. And Brandon, I do need to call you. Shoot me a text. That way we can get in contact. But I think all systems are going to be a go on that, Brandon. And maybe Sean will come up here and make an appearance and be involved and stuff. And maybe
I've done it before, Andy.
So,
we did a training charity project there.
Yeah. So Jason says, what's up, guys? The Fence Company.
Yes.
He drove 3 jobs solo today with the Fence Rex.
Boy, I wish we could put the picture of his new machine. He bought a roll-off truck, a hook truck. It's looks like a beast.
Yeah.
And it's got roll-off decks, flat decks, and like dumpster containers. And he has a Rex roll-off that the Fence Rex goes on to, rolls off. And I think today, Jason said it was the first day for him to go pound 3 jobs solo by himself for his crew to backfill, and it looks like he did it. So
that's awesome.
I did it in Salt Lake City, testing out the theory that maybe one Fence Rex, one guy can handle 3 fence crews and pound all the jobs. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. You may know this lady, Heather. She says, LOL, getting older sucks. I need glasses too.
That is, say hello to Heather. That is my other half.
Yeah.
My loving wife. Yes.
Kevin Lint in the house. Kevin's another good guy in the industry. Says, I'm listening, man. Man, that Shane Catton can put down some beers and have a good time. Hashtag Masters Club.
I think it's Michelob or no, not Michelob. What is it?
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Yeah. He can definitely do that for sure.
Yeah.
Brandon says, Sean is the man. Lots of naysayers out there, but he tests and leaves the methods every day. He even messaged me back one day when he was in the middle of a boat
in the ocean.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'm pretty relentless with that, which drives my wife crazy because it's 24/7. I've got this thing. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you send me a message, you're probably going to get a response.
Yeah.
So,
and then Jason said, yes, sir. And then Keller, we should have you on sometimes, man. So my next question was, what is something in the industry that frustrates you that you rarely talk about publicly?
The one thing that comes to mind, I don't know if I can justify this, but why it's coming to mind, but it is. The one thing that popped in my head is my stepdad used to say, I've always effing done it this way for 15 years, so we're going to continue doing this effing way for another 15 years. And I hear that in the back of my mind with all the stuff that I'm like trying to work through. And I see it in people. They don't say it necessarily like that, but they're like, well, this is how it always worked, or it will always work, or this is how I've always done it, or I've never had that problem, right? And it's it sucks because that's just holding us back. Like it's frustrating, but it sucks. And I don't say it enough, but we got to stop with the ego and thinking we know it all and we're the only way and that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Take a chance. How about that? Take a chance.
Yeah.
Like take a chance and pound every single job for a year and see what might happen.
Yeah. See what happens there. Because Keller's question, Heather says, I bet I know the answer. Heather, are you about to drop the answer in the comments section?
I don't know. Oh boy.
Keller says, what's your biggest problem that you had to face when building a fence?
I don't know how to just what's your biggest problem you had to face when building a fence? I don't I can't think of one big problem ever. It's a lot of opportunities to solve for X.
Yeah.
Everything's an opportunity to solve for X. I don't know that there's anything crazy.
Yeah. I think Matt Warner says it the best. It's not problems, it's riddles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's just like
Opportunities.
solving. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just solving for X, right? Like, okay, you have hard digging. What do we do? Like, we have to get the material up the hill. How do we do? Haulbot. Like, I don't know. There's always a way to get it done, even if that means it's this brute force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we choose violence.
Yeah. You woke up today and chose violence.
Right.
Heather says, I can't. Secrets.
Oh, okay. Fair.
Keller says, I'd love to come on the show. Text Dan Wheeler about it. Actually on vacation right now, wearing your shirt from Fence Tech.
Sweet.
Awesome. Which those were sponsored by Mr. Fence Academy.
So even better.
And he said that was a good answer. So let's say someone is following around Sean King for, we'll say 2 or 3 days.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Pack your lunch.
Yeah. Actually, we'll say a full week.
Oh, man.
Yeah, a full week. If they followed you around for a full week off camera, what would surprise them the most?
Well, just people that follow me around for a few hours are stunned. Just simply, one of the guys here has been riding with me in the truck, just him and I, to every job site. And some of the job sites are an hour away that we've been going to. And he's been following me for a long time on Facebook, thought he knew what my day looked like. And he said, I am absolutely blown away. You jump in this truck, it's text, email, phone call, boom, 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 with nanoseconds between them. Just solving, boom. And I think people are surprised at how fast that maybe I might pivot, communicate, take in information. I'm not saying solve problems, but like boom, 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 boom. And then jump out of the truck and like, hey guys, what we're going to do? We just had chaos 2 seconds ago. And now we're like, how we doing? How you feeling? Like, yeah, let's do this. And then on the job site, it's like, oh my God, this, and we're solving for X, right? So if somebody spent a week for me, I think that they could not imagine how much is happening, right? Like,
yeah.
I was going to say 28 Facebook comp messages right now, 17 texts, and 37 emails since we've been on this podcast.
Yeah. So I was going to say a fun fact for everybody. So one time I was calling this guy called Sean King, or named Sean King. And I think you may have been out west, because usually when I call Sean, I always go, hey, where's Sean at today?
Yeah.
And then you'll name whatever city you're in or whatever. And but you were out west somewhere, and you're like, you could hear someone comes running up to Sean. And it seems like he's kind of out of breath. And he goes, we just hit a gas line that wasn't marked. And like, you like very calmly was like, hey, do this, and this. And then you're like, because I think I was calling you about us hosting a training or something here. And you're like, yeah, I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and get that locked in on that date. And we'll do that. And I'm like, but that just proves, because you're like, your mind just pivots.
It just goes. Yeah. And I think that is what people are surprised with. It's like, ask me, how do you do that? I'm like, how do you not do that?
Yeah.
But it's fatiguing. It drives my family crazy. My poor wife will be sitting in the car with me for 10 hours while we're driving. And I might talk to her for 17 minutes out of a 10-hour drive, but I was talking the entire time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. To strangers, people that I've never, ever, ever met, might message me like, why don't you just call me? What? Yeah, let's talk it out. Let's talk through it. Right. Or text or email, one or the other.
So what's your go-to drink to keep your throat from not getting too dry from talking?
Whatever's cold.
So are you more like a Gatorade guy? You a water energy drink?
My go-to
energy drinks.
Yeah, no, I do have a bad habit of some of the rehabs, right? The teas. I can't stand the Monster, I can't stand the Monster versions of the high carbonation stuff.
Yeah.
I recently have been introduced to Quokka, Quokka Brew. They make a energy drink that is very, very stable. In other words, it doesn't have the highs and the lows.
Okay.
So I've been drinking that here lately. Yep.
Interesting. All right, so a couple more of these, and then we'll get. I think I have two or three more questions for you. So Brandon says, at the end of the day, all you got is more problems. So you have to enjoy the time between all of the problems. And he put in quotations, landman. And then Mark says, I can tell what would surprise you is that he never shuts off except one time in Utah.
Who said that?
Mark.
Harilla. Yeah. He was there. He saw me fall. He
Really?
saw I hit a breaking point, and we're on a job site, and it was horrific. It was horrific job site. My loving family, Tyler and Roger, every time I go out there to teach and preach and train, they seem to find some of the most challenging job sites on the planet. And this one broke me. And I remember we were getting it done, but we were against the wire. People were having to leave. There was nothing left, but it was like me, Mark, Tyler, and Roger had to finish this fence, but it was brutal pounding. It was brutal. And I just laid on, like I fell on the ground, just laid, arms sprawled out, legs sprawled out, just look at the sky. And I just needed a moment. And they took pictures of it. They're like, I've never seen Sean Kane fall out. And I was like, yeah, you know what? It's now. This is it. It just happened. And I need a moment. Just let me be for a minute. Like it broke me. So I'll own up to it. I'm not a machine. There's a breaking point.
There is a human aspect to you.
It's there.
James Blaisdell says, let's go. Couple great guys sitting there. Thank you both for what you do for our industry. I love some James.
James is a badass coach and proving to be one phenomenal programmer, if that's what I can call him. I don't know. But he's killing it.
Yeah, James is awesome. I will always make time for that guy. Chris said, I follow you around for a week. Let's go.
Come
Chris
on.
Hearn said that.
Good luck. Better pack your lunch, Buttercup.
Yeah. Monica, James' better half, says he never shuts off. Said Mark, not even in Utah, except for the cold plunge.
Yeah.
In the water.
Yeah, there was that. There's a video out there of the fence company crew. It was just the males. The females did not do it. Walking through ice and snow and 20-degree weather to go and get into a creek at like 6:30 in the morning before the sun was nearly up as a bonding exercise.
Oh, geez.
And you could thank Josh from Aloha Fence for the idea.
That sounds like a Josh Rand thing.
But get this. So Josh, as hurry as I am, Josh sends me a message. I'm like, okay, yeah, great, let's do that. We went on to the next question, moved on. I had the guys ready to rock and roll, up early, ready to go, swim shorts, and no Josh. I was like, Josh, text me, why are you late? Late for what? The cold plunge you suggested 2 days ago. It's like, bro, I didn't know you were serious. I said, read the text. I immediately said yes, and then we were right into something else. He said, give you 15 minutes. So he got dressed real quick in medicine. Josh Rand was there in 15 minutes. But it was literally one of those things where it's just he said it. I'm like, yeah, great. Boom, next. And then I made plans and just assumed we don't need to talk about it, do we? That's what you said. Let's do a cold plunge. Not scared.
Alex says, hell no. LOL.
Yeah, it was cold.
I can only imagine.
It was cold.
So I guess last question I really have for you, but if anybody in the chat, you guys have any questions for Sean or myself, feel free to drop them. But Sean, you've been around the industry since a young age.
Yep.
And you've seen trends come and go. What do you think people are chasing right now that won't matter in 5 years?
Oh my God, Greg, I don't know. What do I think they're chasing right now that won't matter in 5 years?
Yeah.
How to dig a hole?
I was gonna say, do you think that the concrete stuff will eventually phase out?
I really, really believe it's going to dramatically phase out. I'm not gonna say be gone. There's applications we have to have concrete.
Right.
I want to make sure I make a very clear message. Concrete absolutely works. Concrete absolutely has a need in our industry, but I think as a whole, overall, on average, we're better off not using it. And I find that if you're trying to find a better way to dig a hole right now, and use concrete, in 5 years you're probably going to be spending less time doing that. I think there's a fraction of our residential industry pounding, and I think that's going to change drastically in 5 years.
Yeah.
So you got to do a bit of both. You absolutely got to have both in the tool belt, but we're going to have better, consistent, predictable results overall with pounding than we will with concrete on the average. I'm not talking about the anomalies. There will always be situations. You got to dig a hole, got to use concrete. 100%. I get it, but that's the best I can give you right now. I can't think of anything. There's some people that come to me with ideas, and I'm not going to share what they are, but people oftentimes will send me something. There was somebody recently sent me something they thought was the greatest idea, and it was a great idea 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But today, like he sent it to me, he's like, finally got the prototype done, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that we now teach something completely different. It had nothing to do with digging a hole or pounding a post. It was irrelevant. But I felt bad because he finally got this prototype done, and we're past that. We are not going back there to use that. I don't think, right? And that happens. There's things that I have designed and my team finally put out in the world, and we have process to do it, and I shut it down within weeks. I'm like, yep, we're on to something else. What? We just got this tool made 30 of them. I said, we'll get them off the shelf. We're done. We're not doing that way. We're now switching to this. So I'm guilty of it too. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm very guilty of got an idea, run with it, and then we just almost find a better idea. And it just makes that obsolete. But the only thing I can think of right now is trying to perfect how to dig a better hole. I don't know. Might not be worth all of it. And Dakota Wilson said, dig it a hole. See?
Yeah. Yeah. He was right there. And I was going to say, I mean, people in Canada have been pounding posts for years. Yeah.
Ag guys for a long, long time. It's
ag guys.
If you look at why I got into it, I was arguing with the ornamental ag guys. Ryan Sloop will tell you, even Luke Gibson will tell you, Rory will tell you that I was arguing with them and say, as I was at the Fall Fence Forum, digging holes and setting in concrete. And I thought pounding works for you guys, but it's not going to work for us for all the same reasons I have to argue against people now. Like, utility lines. I can't get equipment back there. The post can't withstand the abuse. I want my fence line to be straight. I worry about rocks. I worry about frost heave. Yep. Solve for X for all of those.
Yeah.
Let's go. So it's just a matter of just solving the riddle, as Matt would say.
Yeah. Dakota said, I can't remember the last time I dug a hole.
I mean, I have dug holes that I can remember recently where I didn't have equipment to pound or the post wouldn't withstand it. So it happens. Or I was in unstable earth.
Yeah. I guess because you kind of brought something up there about the different ideas and things that go on in our industry. So I would say one thing that I think that you're good at is taking certain things and I would say, like, I don't want to say reinventing them, but tweaking them to work more in your processes more than most.
Like the concrete pin nailer.
Yeah.
The concrete pin nailer that we use now to build vinyl and wood fence was never designed to shoot a concrete pin through Schedule 40 post and a metal bracket. That's never was the intention of the designer. And it just took me walking Fence Tech one day trying to solve for X with the self-tappers. And I saw this gun. The guy was a single shot gun. And I was like, well, would that shoot through a metal pipe? He's like, I don't know. So in the show, we had the fence games. We had a compressor. We had a hose. We had a hot hose. I grabbed a piece of pipe, a bracket, and his gun, borrowed it, and in front of everybody, just like, let's try. Yeah. And it shot right through there. And that little bit of effort that took me 10 minutes, and this guy's thinking I'm crazy, and everyone's like, why are you trying that? Because I have an idea. If I could do that, I could drastically increase the speed of these self-tappers we're putting through 2x4s for King Plus. Yeah. And it worked. And off to the races went. Now we're perfecting that driver to one that's made for what we're doing, the battery power version. So there's a great example of just being off the wall ideas. I didn't reinvent the wheel. It wasn't my idea to build a pin nailer. I just took what was in the market,
Yeah.
and tried to make it fit what we needed to solve X for.
Which, and I will tell people, if you guys have never shot one of those, it is not like shooting a framing gun. So make sure when you shoot that, you don't have it here. And
Shots fired!
In the chest. It will take your breath away. I'm not saying I've done it, but it doesn't feel great. So I was like, I'll be all right. I'm kind of a big dude. I'll be all right. I was like, oh, shots fired. I'm down.
Yeah, it's a true story.
So, yeah. So I guess, Sean, we'll close out with some things because I know that you have your big retreat coming up here soon. You have fence games coming up here soon.
Yep.
So believe it or not, you're busy.
Yeah, we have stand still experts. We're going to put on a demonstration in Nashville. I think it's next week, guys. First week of March.
Yeah.
So if you want to see King Plus on a 4-hour demonstration, I'm putting it on there for Caleb down there in Nashville, Lebanon, Tennessee. I say Nashville, not Nashville, Lebanon, Tennessee.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's not quite there. Yeah. So that's coming up next. And then we have the retreat is 3 weeks away, maybe March 18th through March 22nd. We might have 1 or 2 rooms left. That thing's packed right now. That event this year is going to be super intense over years past. And then right after that, we have the fence games at CMM with Sean Bahinsky and his team up there in South Bend, Indiana. That's the first of its kind event for the residential, I'd say, fence industry. We've never had an event that I can remember similar to this, where we're going to have guys building fence side by side, collaborate. We're competing to a certain extent, but really collaborating and taking different ideas. I hope that by the end of the 2 days that we have seen firsthand, witnessed some unique methods or procedures or products or tools that we can take back and implement in our own business. It's one thing to see it over video. It's one thing to hear someone talk about it, but run what you brung. Talk is cheap. Let's see what you got. And these guys say how fast they can build fence or how strong they can build fence or how easy they can build fence or they're da-da-da-da. Prove it, because this is the time. If you're not there, then I think for the next year, like, it's just, I'll see you next year. I'm done listening to the what it like. Do it. So put up or shut up is what we've been saying. It'll be a fun event. There's 53 vendors going to be there with products, and they can demo their products right there in the booth. So literally, it's not like it's in a conference hall. They can pound post, dig a hole, build a section of fence, run a machine right there so you get hands on. And we'll do clinics during that event as well. So before our clinics, chain link, wood, vinyl, aluminum, bring your team, and they can, I wouldn't say it's a training, but more of a clinic.
Yeah. Which, Alex, I don't know if you've seen or heard him just now. You're doing
wood, vinyl, aluminum, and chain link.
Yeah.
So competitions, 100 foot of each, and training or clinics. The fence competition is 10 lines of fence, 100 foot long, 10 teams competing side by side of every discipline.
Okay.
So that's, what is that, 4,000 feet of fence? 4,000 feet of fence.
It's a lot of fence.
It's a lot of fence going in, just getting torn out and thrown away.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken Throckmorton announced. Ken, I thought you were on vacation.
Can't wait. That's what he says.
Heard it after I sent that question, is what Alex said.
True story.
So what else you got, Sean? Is that it?
Well, then there's fence weeks every single month, right? On for the rest of the year. So if you guys are interested in bring your team to training, it's $1,500. Bring 5 guys for 4 days of training. I don't think you're going to duplicate that. And that's hands-on job sites training using our equipment and our job sites. So there's the fence weeks, and then we got fence camp towards the end of the year. John McLean is taking charge of that now, so he'll be finding the location and inviting those to be there. That's a great event to be at. We have a lot of events. It's crazy.
That is. John, shout out to John, biggest human I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, he's a good dude. Dakota said, "Can I bring the goat?"
You can bring the goat. I don't know what you're going to do with it. You want to compete, build fence? Come on, bring the goat and build fence. I don't know. Yes, let's see it. The goat is a badass machine.
Ken said might be between Cozumel and Jamaica. Can't miss your show. Aw, Ken.
Good job, Ken.
Way to be the El Presidente.
Yep.
But you did catch the end, Ken. So you're gonna have to go back and watch.
Mhm.
But other than that, Sean, I appreciate you taking the time on your Taco Tuesday to stop by and let everybody see a side of Sean that they may have not seen before with some of the questions. And you know, it was kind of cool to see those things. And you did scare me with AI building fence, but you know, I think we'll make it through there. So,
Stand
but
by.
yeah, stand by, everyone. But other than that, we appreciate all you guys that download, listen, all those different things. And like we always say at the end of every show, just do us a favor and go out there and be a good human.
I love it.